Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. A major story breaking from South Asia. A dramatic and deadly escalation on the India-Myanmar border that has everyone talking. India, like always, violates the sovereignty of its neighbors, thinking that just because they are weaker than it, and that is exactly what it did on Sunday morning. Separatist movements have accused the Indian Army of launching a cross-border drone and missile strike inside Myanmar, killing their senior leaders. This is more than just another skirmish. This could be a game changer for the entire region. Let's break down exactly what happened, why it matters, and what might come next. According to the United Liberation Front of Assam Independent, or better known as ULFAI, the Indian Army carried out a series of strikes early Sunday morning between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., hitting insurgent camps spread across a 200-kilometer stretch from Longwa in Nagaland to Pangsai Pass in Arunachal Pradesh. ULFAI claims 3 of its top commanders were killed, including their Lieutenant General El Nayan. They say the first drone strike hit a funeral ceremony being held for him, killing him instantly along with Brigadier Asam and Colonel Pradip, and wounding at least 19 others. The group says more than 150 advanced Israeli and French drones were involved, making this one of the biggest drone operations they've ever faced. ULFAI is not the only group that was reportedly hit. The strikes allegedly targeted camps belonging to the People's Liberation Army of Manipur as well, showing that this was not just a single attack, but a coordinated offensive against multiple separatist groups operating from Myanmar's border regions. For years, India has accused these groups of launching attacks in Assam, Nagaland, and Manipur, while using Myanmar as a haven to avoid Indian security forces. While violence in India's northeast has declined over the past decade, groups like ULFAI and the PLA have remained active and have refused peace talks, making them a persistent security threat. What makes this even more dramatic is the alleged use of drones and missiles across an international border. If these claims are true, this would mark one of India's biggest and boldest cross-border strikes in years. It's reminiscent of Operation Sunrise in 2019, when India and Myanmar jointly attacked freedom fighters' bases. But this time, Myanmar's government has not publicly confirmed any cooperation. That raises big questions about Myanmar's reaction, especially given its internal conflicts and fragile security situation. ULFAI has promised to retaliate with what they call a befitting reply. Meanwhile, the Indian government has stayed completely silent on the accusations, neither confirming nor denying anything. This secrecy is typical of special operations, but it also fuels uncertainty and fear among local communities living along the border. Civilians on both sides could be at risk if this escalates further. For India, the strategic goal is clear: eliminate freedom fighters' safe havens across the border, but the costs could be high. Drone warfare allows precision strikes, but it also carries the risk of civilian casualties and diplomatic fallout. Myanmar could protest these alleged strikes, straining a delicate relationship. And for ordinary people in remote border villages, any escalation means the threat of displacement, violence, and instability. So what happens next? Will India confirm the strikes or keep things under wraps? How will Myanmar respond? And what about the promise of revenge from ULFAI? This story is developing fast, and it has the potential to reshape security dynamics in the region. And when will India learn the lesson of not attacking its neighbors, knowing that it can be India itself to not have the last laugh? If you found this coverage helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next report. Stay safe and stay informed.